surprised at the current state of marketing with this surprise impact of performance, because for me, having grown up in analytics and starting my career in market research where you're focused on quantitative analysis and qualitative understanding of how people behave the way that they do, it's fundamental. So I'm often quite surprised when I walk into a room and marketing is not perceived as the value driver that it actually is. When I do stand in front of a CEO, a board, a CFO, I start with the numbers. And interestingly, sometimes I'm met with surprise that I am showing a numbers-based business case versus the latest campaign and creative. Ultimately, that doesn't matter. They don't need to know what's running to drive that performance, but the performance needs to drive the business. If you ground your conversation with the CFO, the CEO, the board in the numbers, they are more inquisitive to understand how did you make that happen? What are the tactics that you drove? How did you measure the performance before, during, and through the campaign and its creation? How did you optimize it? How do you understand your audience and the psychology to drive that next best action? Eyes glaze over if you start with a creative first, but if you present the numbers and the impact it's driving to the business, there's more of an appreciation to the tactics, the strategy, and the elements of marketing that make that come to fruition. Marketers need to understand the foundations of analytics. They need to understand cause and effect, and really that sometimes starts with very basic understanding of analytics, A/B testing. If I change this variable, what happens to performance? And then of course, you get more sophisticated over time in understanding multiple variations. Am I segmenting the right audience? Am I looking at the right channel? What is the creative, the color context, the color of the button, whatever the small detail is, all the way over to the ultimate marketing success, it gets more complicated. So I start with the basics, what are the hypotheses for testing, all the way up through to regression analysis on campaign performance.